The Dark Surprise. Introduction. Maya, a young woman in her mid-twenties, walks home late at night after a long shift at the cafe. The streets are eerily quiet, with only the occasional flicker of streetlights cutting through the mist. She is used to the loneliness of these walks, but tonight feels something different. There's a lingering sense of unease she can't shake off. As she turns a corner, she notices a police car idling at the curb. The headlights are off, but she can see the silhouette of a man in the driver's seat. Ignoring it, she keeps walking. But the car starts moving slowly behind her. Anxiety begins to build up in her chest. The car pulls up beside her and the window rolls down. A man in a police uniform leans out. He looks authoritative and stern. "Excuse me, miss. Can I have a word?" he asks. The encounter. Maya freezes. She wasn't doing anything wrong, but the sight of the officer makes her nervous. He nods, and the officer steps out of the car, standing under a streetlight that casts an ominous shadow over his face. "Where are you coming from so late?" he asks, his tone sharp. "From work," Maya replies, her voice trembling slightly. She explains where she works and why she's out so late. The officer doesn't seem satisfied with her answer. He starts asking more personal questions: where she lives, if she lives alone, what her plans are for the night. His tone becomes increasingly invasive and unsettling. Maya's discomfort grows. Something about this doesn't feel right. She glances around, but the street is deserted. Her instincts scream at her to get away, but she doesn't want to anger the officer. Now, the questions become more intense, and the officer's demeanor shifts. He steps closer, invading her personal space. Maya backs away, but he follows, his eyes gleaming with something predatory. Fear grips Maya as the officer's intentions become clear. This isn't routine stop. This is something much more sinister. She needs to escape, but she knows she can't outrun a police officer. Panic sets in. The chase. Maya suddenly bolts down, sprints down the street as fast as she can. Behind her, she hears the officer shout something. Then, the sound of his boots pounding against the pavement. He is chasing her. She turns down alleyways, through darkened streets, desperately trying to lose him. Her heart races, adrenaline pumping through her veins. She can hear him getting closer, her breath heavy, his footsteps relentless. Maya's mind races. What does he want? Why is he chasing her? The fear is overwhelming, but she pushes herself to keep running, knowing that if he catches her, it could end horribly. She stumbles into a small park, the darkness almost swallowing her whole. She hides behind a large tree, trying to catch her breath, trying to calm her pounding heart. She can hear the officer nearby, his voice calling out to her, taunting her. "Come out, Maya. You can't hide forever." How does he know her name? The realization sends a new wave of terror through her. She tries to stay silent, but she knows she can't stay hidden for long. The twist. The officer's footsteps grow louder, closer. He's almost on top of her. Just as he's about to reach the tree, Maya darts out, running again, but this time he's ready. He tackles her to the ground. She screams, struggling against him, but he's stronger. He pins her down, his face inches from her. But then something unexpected happens. Instead of harming her, the officer's expression softens. He starts laughing, confused and terrified. Maya stops struggling. "Why are you doing this?" she cries out. The officer pulls out a small box from his pocket, still holding her down. He opens to reveal a delicate silver necklace with a charm in the shape of a heart. "Happy birthday, Maya." Maya's mind races. What kind of a sick joke is this? Who is this man? And then it hits her. The eyes, the smile. It's Alex, her childhood friend from school. The memories flood back. Alex, the boy who used to play pranks on her, who always had a twisted sense of humor. She stares at him, disbelief and anger battling in her mind. "Alex, what the hell is wrong with you, man?" He grins, letting her up. "I just wanted to surprise you. I thought it'd be funny." Maya is furious, her fear quickly turning into rage. "You scared me half to death. I thought you were going to..." Alex grins, falters. "I'm sorry, Maya. I didn't think it would go this far. I just moved back to town and wanted to do something memorable for your birthday." Maya pushes him away, her heart still racing from the adrenaline. "You're insane. That wasn't a joke, Alex. That was terrifying." He looks genuinely remorseful now. "I didn't mean to scare you that badly. I just thought, I don't know, but it'd be like old times." Maya's emotions are whirlwind. Relief, anger, confusion. He takes a deep breath, trying to calm down. "This isn't cool anymore, Alex. You can't do stuff like this." Alex nods, his expression serious now. You're right. I'm sorry, Maya. I really am. Second twist. As Maya stands up, still shaken, but beginning to calm down, she looks at the necklace in his hand. Despite everything, it's a beautiful piece. Something that clearly took thought and effort. She sighs, taking the necklace from him. Thank you, but don't ever do something like that again. Alex nods, relieved that she is taking the gift. I won't, I promise. They stand up there in the dark for a moment, the tension slowly dissipating. Maya can't help but shake her head at the absurdity of the situation. She has been so close to real danger, only to find it was an old friend's misguided attempt at a surprise. As they walk back to the street where the lights are brighter and streets feel safer, she glances at him and sees the same mischievous glint in his eyes that he had when they were children. Maybe some things never change. But as they continue walking, Alex's demeanor starts to shift again. It's subtle at first, a lingering gaze, a touch that lasts a bit long. Maya's earlier relief begins to fade and unease creeps back in. Alex, I think I should head home now, she says, trying to keep her voice steady. Come on, Maya, it's still early. Let's grab a drink, catch up. It's been so long, he replies, but his tone friendly with an undercurrent that makes her uncomfortable. I really need to go. It's late, she insists, trying to sound firm. Alex stops walking and looks at her, his expression unreadable. Maya, we're just having fun, right? Like old times? But something in his voice sets off alarm, bells in her mind. She takes a step back, putting some distance between them. I think we've had enough fun for the one night. Before she can react, Alex grabs her wrist, his grip tight and unyielding. Come on, Maya, don't be like that. Panic surges through her. Let go of me, Alex. But instead of releasing her, he pulls her closer. The playful glint in his eyes is gone, replaced by something darker. We're not going anywhere. The final confrontation. Maya struggles to break free, but Alex is much stronger. She tries to scream, but he covers her mouth with his hand, muffling her cries. The night that had seemed so safe just moments ago is now filled with terror once again. Stop fighting, Maya. You know, you can't get away. He whispers, his voice low and menacing. Desperation takes over and Maya fights with her all strength, kicking and clawing at him. She manages to bite down on his hand. He yelps in pain, loosening his grip just enough for her to pull away. She runs, adrenaline fueling her as she sprints down the street, but Alex is right behind her, his heavy footstep pounding at the pavement. She can hear him cursing, calling her name, telling her to stop. Maya doesn't look back. She knows she has to find help, but the streets are empty. The houses are dark. She can feel him closing in on her, his breath hot on her neck. In the last-ditch effort, she darts into an alleyway, hoping to find a way to lose him, but it's a dead end. She turns around, her back against a wall, as Alex slowly approaches her, a twisted smile on his face. You shouldn't have run, Maya. Now you made it worse for yourself. Maya's heart races, frantically looking for an escape, but there's no way to go. She's trapped. Please, Alex, just let me go, she pleads, tears streaming down her face. But he doesn't stop. He grabs her, pinning her against the wall, his hand drawn over her, and she struggles, but it's of no use. He's too strong, too determined. In the darkness of the alley, Maya's worst fear comes true, as Alex takes advantage of her, ignoring her cries and pleas. The night that started as a cruel joke has turned into a nightmare from which there's no escape. The aftermath. When it's over, Alex pulls away, leaving Maya crumpled on the ground, sobbing and broken. He looks down at her, a mixture of guilt and satisfaction in his eyes. I told you, it was just like old times, he says coldly, before turning and walking away, leaving her alone in the darkness. Maya lies there, for what feels like an eternity, her mind unable to process what just happened. The boy she once knew, the friend she trusted, has become a monster. Eventually, she forces herself to stand up, her body aching and her soul shattered. She knows she has to go to the police, but the thought of relieving the nightmare is almost too much to bear. As she stumbles out of the alley, the first light of dawn begins to break through the darkness. But for Maya, the night is far from over. The scars left by the Alex betrayal will haunt her forever. A cruel reminder that even those we once trusted can become the monsters we fear most. This was the story of the Dark Surprise.